Hello and welcome to Tales from the Shed.
Tales from the Shed. We love it in the shed. It's a little bit warm in here at the moment.
I know we're a little bit red-faced because it's a little bit warm, but that's because we have a log fire, which is really nice and it's lovely, but it's not quite cold enough yet for a log fire, so we're struggling.
And you know that thing with a log fire? It's either on or it's off, and it's on at the moment.
So there we are. So we're not always this red-faced.
No.
So we're thinking about what to chat. So we've been just chatting about our lives, what we're doing, where we've got to recently, just what's happening in the last couple of weeks. And interestingly, we've both been struggling emotionally with some different things, sort of lacking a little bit of self-doubt, would you say?
A bit of like resilience has gone down, so yeah. And I think you made an interesting point about saying, well, we go through kind of cycles in our life. So I think this is quite interesting, isn't it? We've kind of swapped a hormonal cycle for an emotional cycle.
For an emotional cycle.
So it is kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, because I guess what I was looking at is, and I know this is my experience and I've known other people, not everybody learns on a linear scale. So when we start a new thing at college or a new language or anything, we kind of feel that we know nothing and we're doing very, very badly. And then we suddenly achieve something and think, I've got it sorted, I'm there. And then the next layer comes in and we have to dip and think, I'm rubbish, I'm never going to learn anything. And then we get to that level. And so it goes on. So it's not a nice sort of linear learning.
No, it's definitely
going up, in which you can see that every year, if you go up a year, it gets harder, then you master it, and then it gets harder. So I was wondering what we felt about that. If life is this living is all about learning, do we have to go through these cycles of
Unfortunately, it seems that we do, doesn't it? Really, damn it. I love it. I mean, I met my husband on his course and it's great, and they always used to say life is a school, and in the school you're going to get various lessons at different times. And if you don't learn the lesson the first time, it's going to come back, only it's going to be tougher the next time.
Because they're going to teach you it another way.
Yeah, and that might be harder to kind of get your attention. And it is that interesting thing. And I've had that sometimes. And it's a bit like there was a kind of story that was told, and it was attributed to Mother Teresa. And she used the word God, and she kind of said, I know God only gives me things I need to deal with, that I can deal with.
Yes.
But sometimes I wish he just didn't have as much confidence in me. Which I think is great. So, but it feels like that's kind of going on, that do we only get the issues, the problems, the difficulties that actually we can deal with, even when we first come across them? We said, well, I have two reactions. One is, I've done this, I don't need this lesson anymore, thank you universe, but actually I have got it. But unfortunately, no, they don't listen, it just kind of going on. Or is it like, I don't want to learn this at all?
I think both is true. I think both is true, because I think when we get that first one of like, I've done this, if we had done this, I don't think we'd notice.
Damn it.
Yeah, because it's kind of like the first time you drive down a motorway, it feels really hard and concentrating, and then you suddenly realise that you're not noticing it.
I know, in that worrying time when you get home, you think, how did I
do that? And then somebody says, we're going to drive this way, and you have to do the whatever it is, and you think, oh, fair enough. So you wouldn't notice it. Whereas if you actually think, I'm good at motorways, don't worry about the motorway, I think you have this crap, I think you kind of don't. So that revisiting, but I know it's, so we were talking about, we just happen both to be mothers of children that are older now, obviously, as am I. And you kind of think, you have that age cracked when they're 1 and 2, or then you have the age cracked at 5, and then they get to be 18, and then they get to be 25, and it's not that they're wrong, it's my dealing with it. They're great, they're settled, they're in life, I have nothing but that, but it's me giving up my sections of what I thought I'd got over emotionally, missing them, wishing I had my time back again. So my journey as a mother, not their journey as children, but my journey as a mother is ongoing. And when I think I've cracked it, let them go, and I'm really happy that they're so happy and they're living away, and that's great. But it suddenly comes back to me, and I think, I haven't really let this go. I'm still living through that time.
Yeah. But I think it is interesting, and I kind of think it's related to, and I was talking about the picture other people have of us and who we are actually. And I've kind of been through a few things recently, you know, with friends and all the rest of it. And it's just like, so they see me as this kind of person. And sometimes it's almost like I'm on the side of it's like being Kathy on the window. Hello, I'm here. It's like, no, I'm not that person.
Yeah.
I'm this person. And they're going, no, you're fine. You're this, that, and the other. You're a strong person. I'm going, I'm not really. No, you are. And I'm going, no, I'm trying to tell you who I am.
But so, do you think we could be both? Maybe.
Well, I kind of feel, yeah, and it's interesting. And, you know, we're talking about these kind of cycles of life and things like that. I mean, I just remember making a conscious decision at 18. If you're going to be shy for the rest of your life, it's just going to be really boring. So don't be. Consciously, I made that decision, and I've manufactured this persona, which actually works very well a lot of the time. And then, you know, and then at some point, and I think I've grown into it.
I think that's what I'm trying to say.
I've grown into it because when you look at, you know, when we think about being a performer, I mean, so I'm, you know, I lecture in higher education and all that kind of stuff. I'm out there. I you know, I've chosen, you know, if I'm saying that I started off as a naturally shy person, then I picked a career where basically I had to stand up in front of a group of people, you know, in person or online or whatever it is. And actually, I'm very good at it. I am very good at it. So I've kind of made that decision, but grown into it.
But but did you make that decision because you could grow into it? So we kind of set the cycle,
my goodness,
go through that because it's. I think there's the choices in the cycles to actually just let go and be like that tumble dryer of, I recognise that this is a cycle and I'm going to observe myself and learn and roll forward with it, rather than get stuck in it. Like when you're learning and you think, it just seems like I'm doing all this work and I'm not increasing it. And by the end of the year, I always found that about 2 weeks before the exams, the whole year fell into focus. It was like, oh, I get that all now. At the time I wasn't learning it. So perhaps just being very patient with ourselves and forgiving when we're in the lower part of the cycle, or the questioning, who am I, what's going on? Just think, I'm just going to roll with that a little bit, and I'm going to accept that I'm both these people. I'm not just the down. No, I'm not just the up. I kind of need both to make me whole.
And I had a friend of mine kind of say that to me recently and said, maybe this is just a time when you're just having to go back to yourself and go back to that core and just kind of think about what is important to you at this point. You know, so is that what this cycle is showing me? Actually, maybe I've been too much about the performer, the out there, the pretend extrovert and all the rest of it. And actually, no, we're just kind of slowing you down a bit, and you just need to kind of go back and reconsider this and think, are you this person a bit more of, and where are you going to go to? You may not go up here again, but you may go here. But let's go back to who you actually are.
I think that you're both quiet introvert, can be hurt type, as well as the out. And I think that it's knowing where our scale is and think, I am both, and accepting all of it, rather than which one are you. I would say we are all of it.
Well, crikey, that's quite a lot to unpack for this, isn't it? Starting thinking about cycles in life, and then we're kind of two different people, and then we're kind of so we're going to leave you with that one and think about who are you.
And we might come back to that.
You might come back to it.
If we have a few more answers.
Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself.
I think being kind to yourself, accepting yourself, and perhaps sharing those down moments. Rather than always having to blame ourselves and be away. I think they're positive things. Sharing the up moments too, but it's the sharing and